Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. There are times in my district when constituents ask me frequently whether committee hearings have real, tangible purpose and are effective in creating change. In answer to that question, I need only point to the series of committee hearings that the House Committee on Education and the Workforce has held over the past 6 months on anti-Semitism in higher education to resoundingly answer yes. These hearings do make a difference and do create change. I think it's clear today that this panel has learned at least some of the lessons from the magnificent failures of Harvard, MIT, and UPenn when they appeared here several months back. What is my question still remaining is whether or not it's just talk or whether or not real action will follow to change what has occurred on the campus of Columbia University. I had a whole series of questions prepared on a number of different circumstances and people and what they said and what the responses were, but my colleagues before me have actually covered most of that. So here's what I really want to talk about today, because I think that there's a foundational issue behind all of this. It's a foundational issue about truth. I think one of the reasons why it's been difficult for university presidents to sit before us and to actually answer questions affirmatively is because they fear declaring what they know to be truth. They're fearing the pushback. I happen to believe that there are absolute truths in this world, truths that are objective and not subjective, truths that should stand even when it is unpopular or when it is hard. I want to ask each one of you on the panel, do you agree with that statement? Dr. Shafiq.
Congressman Moran, I can assure you I am not afraid of telling the truth, and I am not afraid of doing things that might be unpopular.
No, that wasn't my question. Do you believe that there are absolute truths in this world that are objectively true?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Ms. Shipman?
Yes, I agree.
Good. Mr. Greenwald?
Yes.
Good. I happen to think that one of these absolute truths is that each person in this world was created with equal and eternal value. Do you agree with that, Dr. Shafiq?
I do.
Definitely.
Certainly.
Yes.
These are what are called softball questions. And what I can tell you is I'm afraid that actually some of the people that you employ and some of your colleagues at other institutions actually don't believe that. But the greater question is, are you going to enforce that? Are you going to apply those principles? Are you going to apply that truth? I want to commend Mr. Greenwald for some of the very direct answers that you've given today. Yes. Because quite honestly, we haven't heard direct answers. And from a few of you today, you've given some good answers today, some things that we need to hear. But we need to see action, not just hearing it here today, because there's a lot of students here today that needed your action in the last 6 months, and you haven't given the action they need to push back against the untruth that is in this world, that is prevalent on your campus. There is a major difference between knowledge of truth, understanding of the basis of that truth, and wisdom and courage in the application in that truth. And what we need is the wisdom and courage from you, Dr. Shafiq, to apply this, the principles that you purport to stand for, and to apply the truth that you just evidenced here today, and make sure that your actions follow your words today. Only time will tell whether your words here today are hollow or whether actions are truly to follow. I yield to the gentlelady from New York, Ms. Stefanik.